Listen, okay, earlier this morning I tried to call the police again. For my neighbors that were all being genocided, and I told them that the police had the fucking microwaves and like all of their family members and shit. And all they had to do is like leave us alone, right? They sent the police mid-dispatch, and one was an Asian guy for the Looking Police Department, and one was like another white guy, and they showed up at the door in the middle of the fucking police thingy because they got mad and salty for no fucking reason because I tried to call the police to ask for help again. But this time they were adamantly trying to come inside the house and they were trying to rip me out the fucking house. And Clark was one of the main ones that was participating every step of the fucking way. And his groupies. Remember, I created the pause frequency to hold them in place and to freeze them to throw them out the bed in case they're super dangerous because it was the nicest frequency to create that didn't hurt anybody. They're adamantly creating the nastiest frequencies and they're throwing them on my body and they're trying to fucking hide and shield the fact that they're trying to kill me with really horrible frequencies now because they're scared and paranoid. I came up with all these fucking ideas about how bad everything was. I was like, it's so bad I can sue anybody and everything ever, and all their assets and all their money and worth belongs to me besides the person themselves. And it goes from county to state. And I was like gonna go through all the states and have them tally off and get the money for that plus my damages, because remember, bereavement's only whatever, like once you die it's just 10 million plus the doxing campaign. It doesn't account for everything in between. So me being alive and under duress is all the money because it's all manufactured and orchestrated and every computer's on me before all of you constantly. And then the sublayers of extra assault, every little fluctuation in frequency they create is 24/7 torture per second plus the computers and everybody's willful denial and recklessness. And then the fact that they gave them direct deposit money and they never stopped it from the beginning made it worse. And then I told them to get all the former presidents to sign off on the thingy to show that they were here and they invited people and that I would give them the money to end the trafficking ring. So they signed off on it for the money. But IRL, at the end of the day, it boosted my settlement even more because then they got caught knowing about it with all their former government people and they're still aiding and abetting it because they didn't do the work to stop it. And then I was like, I'd rather fucking sue per state because Kamala Harris was like, well, I used to be governor of California. I'd gladly sign off for your damages, right? And I was like, we could do that in all 52 states. So it's for county, per state, and then the government itself as an entity per employee because they were all in willful denial and I kept giving them my phone number. Nobody else reached out but me. So that makes me even more money because they were in willful denial the whole time and all they had to do was call my family directly. And then I was like, I want to be with President Scheinbaum because at least she was innocent, right? Then all the agencies I reached out to, they're the ones that invited them. It wasn't me that invited them. So their willful denial, letting them keep the direct deposit, kept instigating it, and they kept entertaining it. So like every single person that aided and abetted it boosts my settlement even more. Plus the population of TikTok and any and everything ever and everybody they invited by proxy because they kept telling people to invite people, so it's even more money. And if you're not counting all their family and friends. Plus it was ordained according to Christina Aaron Orozco, and if I'm offering the same thing to end the trafficking ring, why do they keep trying to supersede me every step of the way? And they were trying to do that to the president too, so I was like, well, who's above the president? And I was like, the military funded, so they were probably trying to get over on somebody with the military, maybe not necessarily his senior advisor, but somebody else in secret. And then I can sue the military on top of that because it's even more money. And then on top of that, yesterday I was looking up land in prefectures and shit, and then they decided to invite other people from prefectures and like fucking land and shit to like incriminate them by proxy. So that means that all their fucking land and shit, depending on what they all invited, is free, and I can like sue for that too because as soon as they got invited to the trafficking ring, they were guilty because they didn't try to make it stop, and they didn't adamantly make it stop for themselves or for me. That means I own the planet. And then I was like, literally get all the other presidents and prime ministers to do the same fucking shit and then tally it off at the end of the day because they're all guilty. But I was like, I want to work with President Scheinbaum, so if her fucking military comes in, they would be the closest ones to Texas because they committed treason on everybody, including the planet too. So everybody committed treason against each other. I'm the only safe one. Then it's my family lineage since the early 1800s, or the late 1800s up until now. And it's my entire family on both sides, on every side. All my family members that decide to sue that are victims. So they're all the same. They're not the equivalent of my suit. They're the equivalent of their suit times everything else. The damages are really, really severe for me compared to everybody else, so I'm worth the most. But they are their own equivalent and their own slander campaign. So it's gotten so bad that they've started hypermapping random ass frequencies and they're literally trying to cause brain aneurysms and shit and they're covering and coding it. And I'm fucking screaming at your dumb asses to end the trafficking right now because they're gonna do it to one of us and whoever gets to them first is the one that wins at the end of the day. And if my number ones keep being stupid and complacent waiting for everybody else to do it, well guess what? You're another obituary and they get away with it. And I can't fucking breathe right now. It's been super fucking severe. And we already called out the police doing their dumb shit with each other. And they're supposed to be disbanded. IRL, they've been microwaving the shit out of Hector. And they were told to disband the police department, but they still haven't done it for some fucking reason. They even said that the police officers that showed up went back to their regular fucking patrol. And they said it's literally because they don't want to give up their fucking badge. So at this point, they're a fucking cartel at the end of the goddamn day, and they have to come and make the arrests. Quit hitting me in the brain. They're threatening aneurysms to me. And then someone said it's not that difficult. All you have to do is turn the power off to the city and make the arrests. Why is everybody making everything so difficult? It's literally because you're trying to justify it at this point. And then he was like, if I have to do it, I want you all to get put in prison. And I want y'all to die for her. Then Ashton showed up, or I heard her voice IRL, and they threatened to come and arrest people, and it scared people. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? Black out the city. What are y'all doing? And the IRL got on also because I guess they were trying to protect because they didn't necessarily know what the fuck was going on because people keep half-assedly listening to me. And I was like, they have every fucking thing ever. They need to end the trafficking ring. And they were supposed to be the relays for my immediate neighbors. And I guess they got lazy and complacent all over again because I told them to black out the city. So what the fuck are they doing now? Quit aiding and abetting the trafficking ring and black out the city. I'm hurt badly. Like it's like life and death right now. I'm playing 50-50 for every little hit that they hit me with. They also keep microwaving the fuck out of Hector, and they microwaved him worse than everybody here in Lufkin. And actually, retired Linderman, he wants everybody gone according to the way that I wanted it. Because they had played some really, really bad hyper game theory. And I told him to stay with Kevin Mobley from Centurion, the security thing. Because they're evil as shit and he knows a lot more than I do. But I don't know what the fuck's going on with everybody else. So I was like, well, at this point, if I have to fucking figure out what the fuck their key with the little 8 that's embedded in it is, then maybe we should just offer them that same fucking money and all go our separate ways and leave me the fuck alone and get me out of my goddamn trafficking ring. And then if they want to be their own signals intelligence so bad, then they reset up wherever the fuck they want to reset up apart from us and leave us the fuck alone because we want to have a trafficking ring. And I don't want to fucking die for people.